there's just a lot of public commentary about this where people that they obviously hate me, but the hatred of me is like clouding their judgment over reasonable things. So like a few lines of questioning, and like in my mind, I'm like, this is so obvious, right? Like it's so obvious. And this is a line of thought that's been carried from Justicle's dipshit stream to Kiwi Farms, where it's like, oh, like if if Destiny sends this video to anybody else, he should know it's foreseeable. Obviously, it's obviously foreseeable that it's going to be published on the internet. And obviously, me and the other lawyer like writing notes, and like, wait, how could you even? And then the judge is like, well, hold on. And you're like, didn't plaintiff do exactly that? And they were like, well, that's different because it involved. It's like, but she also did it with her boyfriend at the time as well, right? And they were like, yeah. And the judge shut down so many lines of questioning. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, I don't feel like a lunatic. It feels, oh my God, I felt so sane by the end of the questioning. Holy shit. Oh my God, and one of the most brutal lines of questioning, where Zip Zip, came from the judge. When the judge had to ask like 3 times, when Doe was on the scene, he was like, do you have any evidence at all that this happened within statute range? And then it was like, well, somebody messaged me whose sister said that they messaged me, but then they deleted it. I was like, okay, no. Is there any evidence past that? Any strong? And it's like, I don't know. My favorite was, oh my God, my favorite. This is mean. Is this mean? I don't know. When you're in court, you can do like, let me ask you a question, and then the person kind of yaps, and you're like, non-responsive. I'm gonna ask the question again. And this happened like 2 or 3 times. It was so funny. She didn't want to answer. They just had to keep saying Abby MC, Abby MC. Yeah. Oh my God, which looked so bad. But the when Andrew asked the same question like 3 times, and he was like non-responsive. Let me repeat the question. And then she finally like answers. She's like, yes, but then blah 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 blah. And he's like, thank you, Your Honor. Strike everything from the record after yes. And then he goes on to his next question. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God, it was so brutal. Oh God, it felt very good. I felt very sane by the end of it. The other lawyer was trying to just ask me the dumbest questions, but they were like so easy. I don't know if this guy thought he had like some crazy shit up his sleeve. He was like, didn't you, fuck, what was one of them? Zip Zip, do you remember? I don't know how much into the specifics I want to get, but... Oh, yeah, what a disgusting... There's so many things I wish Andrew could have brought up, but we just didn't have the time. It was only a 2.5-hour hearing. Oh, yeah, they were like, is it true that you directed your fans to Kiwi Farms by posting about it publicly? But then later on, the judge asked, well, wait, didn't plaintiff also post about it publicly? It's like, yes, thank you. Yes, they did. Yes. Oh, and then the judge himself, unprompted, brought up, he was like, because I think they were talking about damages or something, or not really, because we weren't out of the damage part, but he's like, doesn't plaintiff posting a public Substack and everything about this, doesn't that kind of exacerbate the issue? I'm like, yes, it does. Thank you. Yes. Oh my God. Oh. Anyway, it was. Isn't there a court transcript from today that's public? So if you want, you can do a private hearing. You would have to request in advance, and I don't know if you do a motion one, you have to say, I would like this hearing to be private. I want to seal the hearing. I want to seal the transcript. They did not elect to do that, although now that the hearing is over, now they have announced that they're going to file a motion to try to seal the transcript, but it was in open federal court. Like there's a guy in my chat who was there this morning. Like, so I don't know why they think they can. I don't know why they think they can seal the transcript now when they literally held this in open court when people were there. But is there a court transcript? Not yet. I don't know how long it'll take for that to become available or ordered or whatever. But it's crazy how much the judge is repeating stuff you've been saying, Keck. Him laughing at plaintiff's lawyer was cinema. Oh, true. Jesus. Did your public coverage of the case on stream come up at all? Not really. But I don't know if they had that line of questioning prepared, but the judge had already asked, like, have you been live tweeting about this case? Have you been speaking about this publicly? Was the Substack public? So I don't know if they just didn't want to go that route or if they just didn't prepare a line of questioning there, but... Who is avoiding your subpoenas? So, Abby MC was supposed to sue me as well. I got a demand letter from her saying she was going to sue me by the same lawyers that are representing Pixie, which is also a massive conflict of interest, by the way, but whatever. However, this was like a month and a half ago, and nothing came from it. And now that she's elected to be a star witness on this case, we tried to serve a subpoena to her via Pixie's attorneys, and they're saying, oh, we can't accept service on behalf of that person. So I don't know if she dropped that law firm, but she's staying on as a witness. We've tried to subpoena her at the addresses that the service processor has available. She's avoided she's avoided service at any address, so she's just hiding from any subpoena. So yeah, feels amazing, man. Real good. I'm curious what the other side's framing is. I'm sure they aren't saying we got crushed. What do you think they did well in? They honestly, it just wasn't anything. It was really brutal. Oh my God, even the lawyer. Oh, Zip, do you remember when the judge asked the lawyer, he was like, oh my God, dude, I almost started crying in the courtroom because this lawyer made me feel so fucking seen and sane. Do you remember when the judge asked, in any of the cases that you've cited, I think he asked, has there been a single time where the plaintiff wasn't the one, or the defendant wasn't the one, I think, was it to publish any of this online? Are any of the cases you've cited, is there any case law on that whatsoever? And the guy said, and he had to eventually say, no, there's nothing. Oh my God, it was so, Jesus. Is another hearing tomorrow? I don't think so. The judge was so quick with the case law has nothing to do with this, yeah. What's next? I mean, it could take this guy anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks to publish his recommendation. Who knows? So what about the damages? Did y'all get to that? No. This is just a hearing on the preliminary injunction. But we're bringing up the subject matter jurisdiction a lot because the other side has no evidence. And they're wasting the court's time by having so much being pushed on this case when there is no subject matter jurisdiction. The court shouldn't probably be hearing this case because they have no evidence of the federal statute. There's no diversity jurisdiction between me and plaintiff. We both live in the same state, so. What are the range of possibilities for his ruling? I mean, the range is all the way from the judge decides, actually, I think I'm going to fully grant this preliminary injunction, which is unlikely, all the way to the recommendation that the case gets tossed, which is probably not as likely. This was just a hearing for the preliminary injunction, but obviously we're pushing really hard on the subject matter jurisdiction now anytime we can because there's no reason for the court doesn't have the authority to hear this case, right? Do they mention sanctions for their behavior? No, we didn't get into any of that or whatever. Are you going to go over the transcript once it's out? Yeah, maybe. Oof, I feel like... yeah, fuck it. I don't think it matters. Oh, do you remember when Brettler objected hearsay and plaintiff said, oh, yeah, when Doe said, that's not hearsay, and then the judge said, I'll decide what's hearsay. Oh, true. Man, I feel like if you're testifying, I feel like you should be like very snappy like I try, like hopefully that came through, Zip. I don't know when you're like I feel like my testimony was like very concise, very to the point. Yes, no, I don't recall. What I've heard, and then obviously what I've been